lucky number 13. Unfortunately, Anton's not here to keep myself and Mustafa in line. So,
episode 13, no Anton. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. The number says it all, so we know it's going to be an interesting.
Wasn't it episode 7 where we were also without him?
Yeah, and every so often we need to be allowed to play. Apparently, teachers away, so the kids will play. So
right, exactly.
Everyone knows the old saying. So we got a bunch of things, normal scores to just recap on: Champions League, NASL, international friendlies, and this, that, bits and bobs.
Plenty of logo talk this week.
Oh God, shoot me now. Before
anyway, Gold Cup format changing, so a lot of stuff
that one should
today.
Be interesting. Alrighty, so let's get on something simple. EPL, Southampton beat Reading 2-0, so that keeps Southampton out of relegation.
Good for Southampton. They've had a good year.
Oh yeah, Lambert, amazing goal scorer. I'm going to be surprised if they keep him for next season.
Yeah.
Norwich and Swansea drew 2-2. Two teams that lost their managers and they're still staying up.
Yep. Simeon Jackson there, and the semi-Canadian as well.
Yeah, semi-Canadian, less Canadian.
Yeah.
Michu from Swansea, I don't think he'll be staying next year at Swansea.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he's been a good goal scorer for the price that was paid for him. So
yeah. Well, he had a game with the Dutch. I think he was the only one not singing their anthem, probably because he didn't know the words.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Trees and butterflies. As long as the words seemed to match and the tune was right, no one cared. Of course, my favorite, Villa beating Stoke 3-1. I have to say, okay, I don't pay much attention to the other games, so I do pay attention to mine.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a villain, so get used to it. Amazing comeback. Typical Villa, scores the first goal, continues. All right, fine, here we go. Villa's going to pull the TFC and let a goal in, which they did. And about the 80th minute, Villa comes back in the 86th minute. Corner kick, ball's kicked out. Matt Lowton gets control of it, just screams it right into the net, and you're just going, what the fuck? Who are you? Where's my team that I know cannot do this?
No. Funny thing is, TFC did exactly that today, too.
Oh, God. We'll get on to that.
Yeah.
And then Benteke comes, gets a 3. Villa gets a 3-0 breakaway. I've heard of it in hockey.
I've heard of it in FIFA 13.
Yeah, but I've never heard of it in the EPL.
Yeah.
So, Arsenal beating West Brom 2-1. Well, let's face it, West Brom has been fighting, but when Arsenal wants to be in Champions League, they get in Champions League. You don't fuck.
So they more or less play a third of the season.
Yeah. As long as they're in Champions League, they don't care about the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for their fans, I really think that's sad. Like, I'd love their fans to at least, we didn't make it to Champions League, but we won an FA Cup, or we won the League Cup. Yeah. Or we came 1 point behind Man U for the league title.
Yeah.
I want to see Arsenal fans rewarded for the dedication and the amount of money that they spent to go to these games.
Yes.
Yeah. Liverpool, West, every other game is tomorrow, Sunday and Monday. So you got Liverpool versus West Ham, Spurs versus Everton, Newcastle versus Fulham, Chelsea versus Sunderland, QPR versus Wigan, Man U versus Manchester City. From a Villa perspective, I need Newcastle and Sunderland and Wigan to lose.
Okay.
QPR is so behind Villa that Villa's not afraid of QPR catching up in the relegation fight.
Not yet.
But we need to make sure Wigan goes down below us. We need that Newcastle and Sunderland get closer to us so we can pass them.
Yep.
Because we still have a game against Sunderland, which I think we can take Sunderland.
Yeah, Manchester Derby happening as well.
That's going to be interesting, to say the least. I got another interesting fact about Man U we'll bring up later. But
There's a lot of interesting facts about Man U.
Oh, this one's going to be interesting. We're all going to love just taking a chunk out of them on this
Great,
one.
there you go.
But no, it's
just building up suspense.
Oh, yeah, but Wigan, honestly, you know what? You've been doing this for the past 4 to 5 seasons. You know what? Get relegated. I'm sorry. Stop teasing.
Yeah.
Either stay, if you're going to try and be in the Premier League, be in the Premier League. Don't fight for it.
Yeah, be mid-table.
Yeah.
But Wigan is not your strongest Premier League team ever.
No, they're a rugby town in general, but it's just one of those things. You've been doing it so often, stop.
Yeah, at some point you have to actually go for
Nut
it.
up or shut up. And honestly, do any other or just shut up. Let another team, let's say Hull City, come back up.
Yeah.
They're amazing when they were up there. Chelsea, I'm Villa fans. Let's go Chelsea to beat Sunderland. All Spurs fans are trying to throw me under the bus. I should be cheering for Sunderland, which I will not, so they can bugger up.
Yeah.
All right, let's go something more local. MLS. Last night we had Kansas City beat DC 1-0.
DC United, the MLS United.
I didn't see the highlights of it. I just saw the score. And I'm like,
Okay, well, KC was very strong last year. This year, I'm not fully caught up in how well they're doing, but they are traditionally a strong team. They finished first in the East last year, but were bounced out pretty early.
Yeah.
Nice win for them over DC United. I mean, they lost to TFC, so they have to make it up somewhere else.
yeah, that should be the other. Then, of course,
The big game for us today, Toronto FC and FC Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas down 2-0. Rookie comes in, chests goal in.
Who was that? That was
God, I can't remember his name now.
Bostock.
Yeah, we're a horrible podcast people. We don't. We've watched the game and we still can't remember. No,
Yes.
but it was just like, what?
Yeah, I just didn't see that coming at all.
No, we didn't see that from TFC. And
But I guess if TFC are down in the 60th minute, you'd expect to win. Usually we're up in the 60th minute.
expecting a loss.
Exactly, so
No, and then they come back and tie it 2-2. The second goal was amazing.
the second goal was
They
class.
gave him too much time, and he just took his time. lined it
One
up.
week ago, I didn't even know who that was. What's his name?
Still don't.
Shit. Yeah. Well, we've had so much turnover with TFC. I don't even know the player's name.
Yeah, that's the main problem with TFC. We have all this high turnover that we don't know who's who, and
Yeah.
it kind of throws the players off because the players don't know who don't know their fans that well.
Yeah. Now, speaking of fans, I started watching in the 60th minute today because I had, but the fans were amazing. Maybe it was how the cameras were placed or how mics were placed in the stadium, but for how well TFC's been for the last 7 years, the atmosphere was it was rocking there. And they were down 2-0. I was
But what I
impressed.
noticed though is I watched them started watching it really since 2010. The fans have learned where the fun is. It's in the south stand.
Yeah.
And you notice throughout the game, the rest of the stadium got emptier, but the south stand started getting fuller.
Yeah.
That's where everyone was going. You go to the south stand because that's where you get to sing and act like an asshole.
Yeah.
And no one cares. The goals for TFC were scored by Jay Braun
Yeah.
and D. Russell. Somebody
Russell.
gonna get hurt real bad tonight.
No, Braun's goal was a nice, hard-working goal, and it was honestly, I think, the supporters, because they were down 2-0. They could have either given up or come back, and the supporters were still in it.
The 12th man.
The 12th man, I think,
just came right in.
and they were on the ref. The ref made some strange calls, and it was
strange.
It was the 12th man sort of. They were the 12th man. The second goal I didn't see coming at all, and the player who scored it, who was it? I forgot his name already, but it was
the second Russell.
Russell, yeah, it was something like that. That was a class strike.
Yeah, it was just, and then later on we got Portland versus Houston, so it's Portland home game, so that's going to start at 10 o'clock.
Okay, that should be a good game.
Oh, Portland's always a good, fun side to watch. If not, just listen for the fans and see what they come up with.
Yeah, more or less.
Then you got San Jose versus Vancouver.
That would be an interesting game, because Vancouver's very on and off, and San Jose's
Vice versa, off and on.
Yeah.
Then you got Chivas versus New York. Chivas hosting. So
the two MLS teams I have the least amount of respect for.
Oh, good. Yeah. Alrighty. Good news is NASL is starting up. In reality, the game should have already happened and the score's been announced.
Yeah, FC Edmonton had a game tonight, probably away because they play their first few games away.
Yeah, but let's face it, do you really want to play a game in Ottawa right now?
No, not really.
Like, considering the past few days. What, 2 days ago was -5, -10 with the wind? And
something like that, yeah.
Now it's maybe -2?
Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be 9, and then it'll go down to -10 again.
You're not going to bet on that, so I don't... But what I think the NASL is going is, okay, fine, you have to play X amount of games at home, but because of your weather, we're going to make you play 3 games away, but you'll get 3 games at home.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
Yeah, it's not they're being rude about it, they're just being realistic.
And that's all you want. MLS is forcing teams to play, at least TFC and Impact are playing in bigger stadiums with a roof, but it's not. You have to play in your home pitch, right? For TFC, it's BMO Field. So,
I mean, let's face it, 2 weeks ago, you know what? Because it's Toronto, you could have played outside.
Yeah, you could have.
I saw the temperature gauge. It was max -5. Yeah, you have wind. But guess what? MLSC, your stadium is designed, you can build on it to build in these wind resistance.
Yeah. Well, it's with TFC, it's like everything. They want a big marketing gimmick. So the first home game of the year, they put in a big stadium just to try to get.
And it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Not for. It worked last year because it was Champions League. They filled the place up. And
but because it was Beckham.
Yeah, and they sold it well. They sold the upper deck for $5 to local youth clubs, soccer teams, things like that. So that worked. This year they didn't do that, and it didn't work as well. But they got the win, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, and that's all we really care about is the win happened. Alrighty, so we have the NASL starting. So, of course, again, Strikers versus Edmonton. At the moment, while we're talking about this, it doesn't say final score on the website yet.
We're still right up to the minute, though.
So, at the moment, Edmonton's beating Fort Lauderdale.
Yes! Good for them. Edmonton finished last year.
So,
so good start for them.
Exactly.
Edmonton, tough times for them because they have a weird stadium situation where they don't know where to play. They want to expand a certain one, but the city's coming in and saying no, so they have to play in another bigger one. It's just messed up. And in Ottawa, hopefully we avoid that. We just have the one. And apparently they're cash straps. Now, it's not clear whether they're cash strapped because of the whole stadium situation or because of lack of support. They don't have a lot of people showing up to their games, so they don't. Apparently, according to Ryan, who's another Bytown Boys member, they're not taking that seriously out in Alberta. So that's not very good for them. But what they were forced to do is get rid of a lot of their players last year and the coach even because they were cash strapped.
David Monsalva, he played for TFC Academy for a while. He went to the Finnish League, and then he was picked up by FC Edmonton.
Nice.
I've seen a few highlights of his saves, and some of them you're going, how did he do that? And you know what? I don't see a problem giving you a shot in Ottawa. But
no, not at all.
If cash is the issue, I think Ottawa can solve that. I'm not going to say Ottawa's a mad city of the NASL.
No, we're far from it, but we are going to be a lot like TFC, owned by a faceless corporation.
Unfortunately, we'll hit into that.
But Edmonton has a new coach, Colin Miller, this year, and he's Canadian, and so we'll see. He knows Canada's youth system and all that, so he'd be good for a team in Alberta. He'll be good with finding talent and stuff.
In the end, it's building up what Canada, for some odd reason, doesn't have, which is pride. Oh, we invented this, this, and this. Yeah, but this is the flaws of that. That typical Canadians, we know what we did right, but we know what we did wrong, and we're not going to say what we did right. We're going to say what we did wrong.
Yeah.
And if you still like us, then we're okay. As long as you understand what we did wrong.
Yeah.
You got, still at the moment, the Rowdies. Tampa Bay is still drawn with Carolina Railhawks.
Tampa Bay Rowdies are an interesting team because we're going to talk a lot about logos. I don't get their logo at all. The Rowdy that's scribbled in green.
You know what? I don't get it, but I like it.
You like it?
It's there, that's it,
Yeah.
that's all. It's nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. It's just odd.
It's just an announcement. This is who we are. That's it. Nothing else. We're not trying to say how the angle of the curve is.
Exactly.
Why did we choose this one? It's there.
Yeah.
We like it, that's it. That's all. You don't like it, fuck off. There's the door.
Good enough. And Carolina Railhawks have one of the more interesting names in NASL.
Well, it makes sense. Carolina used to be a big...
yeah. It's just if you know the other meaning of Railhawk, it really gets interesting.
Yeah. And then you get our favorite...
Minu.
MUFC NASL version, Minnesota United versus San Antonio Scorpions.
Yeah.
And they're still drawn 0-0. Now, when people are listening to this podcast, the scores will change, so please don't shoot us.
We've got enough people trying to shoot us.
Yeah. Like, honestly, you're going to shoot us. Let's make it interesting, so if I die, it's going to be a fun story to tell. That's all I ask. You're going to kill me, make it interesting. Okay, so we've hit the NASL. CONCACAF Champions League hasn't started up. I guess starting up this week, correct?
CONCACAF Champions League, I think the first legs have been played.
Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, I didn't write that down.
The LA
Well, we'll get back to that while I get the information that's needed.
Okay.
Let's go to Champions League, which Real Madrid versus Galatasaray, 3-0 Real
Completely
Madrid.
expected.
Yeah, we expected a bit of fight from Galatasaray.
Bit disappointing, but still expected.
There's still another leg to play, so Galatasaray might put up a 2-0 win.
Maybe.
And let's face it, you know you're going to lose in the Champions League, win at home.
Yeah.
That's the best you can hope for, is to win at home and just hope that no one pays attention.
To the other game, yeah.
Then you got Valencia versus Dortmund, 0-0.
That one and Bayern Juventus are probably the two coming in. Look like the two most even matches.
Yeah, Bayern beat Juventus 2-0 in Bayern, so that's going to be interesting in the long.
Yeah, so in Italy, Juventus has to win by what, 2+?
Yeah, 2+.
So not impossible, but still very difficult.
Now the most interesting game, as much as people don't like me saying this, is
I love this score.
PSG and Barca.
Yeah, good for PSG.
Yeah, to draw. Was it away? They picked up the 2 goals at home against Barca.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Fine, you're not going to win against Barca in Barcelona, but you still drew them.
All you want is the draw.
Yeah. You just want your name out there. You don't care about anything else. You just want
the second leg is in Barca, though, right?
Yeah, that's where they're going to lose it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If they win, I have no problem admitting I'm wrong.
No, but that would be a huge surprise if they win. It is Barcelona.
So
they're always the team to beat, and just looking at the teams that are left, I don't see anyone that can beat them, to be honest. Last year, Chelsea did it.
Yeah, but Chelsea just parked the bus.
Which is fair enough against Barca. I mean, you know they're better than you are. Let's face it, they actually are.
Yeah, but Chelsea parked the bus against everybody.
And that's where they went wrong with it.
Yeah, and they thought they could do it again. So right now I'm having a hard time pulling up the scores. But
was Beckham playing for PSG?
I don't think he was, because I've been listening to English podcasts and they haven't been playing the Beckham trombone yet, so I gather they haven't been because, let's face it, Beckham's playing in every media outlet, and Beckham kicked the ball and scored this or did that for PSG that helped. Billy Bob passed to Jean, who passed to Ahmed, who passed to Joe, who scored the goal. But Beckham set it up from the corner kick.
10 minutes ago. Yeah. So CONCACAF Champions League, LA Galaxy are down by 1. They have to go into Mexico, and I think they're down a goal heading into their game in Mexico. And
2-1 Monterrey.
Yep. So Galaxy are in a tough spot.
And 1-0 Santos Lagunas against Seattle.
Okay. Was that in Mexico or in?
No, in Seattle.
So both MLS teams are in tough.
Yeah, they're down 2 goals, but Seattle has a better shot at coming out.
Yeah.
Because they're only down 1 away goal.
Yeah.
All they have to do is draw. All they have to do is win 2-0 and they're done.
Yep, exactly.
They just have to pull.
But they have to do it in Mexico.
Yeah, which is tough.
Now, TFC did it in Mexico last year.
Really? 6-2 against...
No, they didn't. That was LA. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, but it is possible and they can do it. Seattle has... Like, I know we talked about this on the Boots and Scars, and Jeff from the Dark Hole podcast thought we were I was being ridiculous saying I should be putting money on LA, I still see Seattle as the team that can grind out that win.
Yeah.
With the Mexican teams, you don't have the skill, you have to grind it out. I.e. what we just brought up, Chelsea versus Barcelona. You don't have the skill, you have to grind out the win. And I think Seattle can grind it out.
They would be better, yeah, they would be.
Again, if I'm going to cheer for any MLS team that's not a Canadian MLS team to win the CONCACAF Champions League, it's going to be Seattle. It's not going to be Salt Lake. It's not going to be anybody else.
No, Salt Lake made the final. I think they're still the only MLS team to make the final.
Yeah, I think since the MLS has appeared, no team has won the CONCACAF Champions.
No, just one in the final.
Yeah. Well, it is a hard thing to do considering Mexico gets 4 guaranteed teams and they're the best league in our region.
Yeah, they're always the teams to beat. MLS and MLS can't really compare themselves to the Mexican league until they win a Champions League.
Yeah, they try to, but it's just insulting to their fans. All right, besides my stupid rant.
We had a mini MLS rant there. I guess that was good.
No, I didn't really get into my mini MLS.
Okay.
My mini MLS rant was Colorado against Real Salt Lake.
Okay, it's still coming up then.
Yeah, exactly. No, honestly, they played each other, 2-3 games ago, and all of a sudden, here it comes again?
Yeah.
Like, the idea of a derby is for this match that's up and coming that happens twice a year, every so often.
Yeah.
And, 3 months? We were in we played at home. Oh, we're playing at home against RSL. If you're going to have this system where you play a team in your conference 3 times, make it home, away, home, or away, home, away. Don't play back to back, then other. It's
yeah. Well, TFC had it with DC United last year. And
I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. It reminded me of the NHL.
Manufacturing a rivalry, it never works.
All right, Ryan brought this up to us, which I didn't think about, but I didn't even look up the score, but USA versus Germany in women's soccer.
Yeah.
Can you guess who the ref was?
Oh, was it the Norwegian, Peterson?
Our favorite Norwegian was there involved.
Nice. And sketchy calls I get?
Oh, yeah. That's what Ryan was telling us, and apparently to a draw, and all I'm thinking is is she dating Howard Webb?
Well, she is really odd in that she's not very experienced. But what's happening? FIFA gets pressured to appoint women referees for women's games,
which is understandable.
It's understandable, but the thing is, they're not as experienced yet.
Yeah, and that's the.
But people get insulted if you have a guy reffing
and 2 lineswomen. You know what? You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
How did your reffing go? You said you were a ref before, and you started out a linesman before you were a
I started out a linesman, yeah.
Yeah, you have to do your time as either fourth official or linesman, or is it linesman, ref, and fourth official? I'm not too sure how it works.
Just linesman or fourth official. Yeah, whatever. The point is you have to work your way up.
Before you come to the head honcho.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You have to put in your time. And I don't see a problem with putting in your time. It's
Not
like
at all.
work. You're not going to be a manager if you just started a company in 6 months.
Yeah.
You expect you're the manager of receiving at a Canadian Tire. You've just been unloading your truck for 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they got pressured, so they put the women in, and I mean it's a choice, right? You either you
get what you do, or you damn.
But you get your whatever you want. The woman, you get your preferred gender reffing. You're gonna get sketchy calls, right? Where if you don't want your sketchy calls, it's something FIFA has to live with, I guess. Just put the guy in and live with the pressure for a while.
Deal with it and let the women grow and build up, and then let them do their thing.
Yeah.
You have to set up this feeder system. There's no women that are really experienced enough to handle those games. So let the guys, but let the women in on the ranks and train.
Yeah, put them as linesmen. I mean, you're going to get people complaining, but who cares? You're FIFA. You're used to it.
In every game, you have 3 refs: 2 women, 1 man.
Yeah.
It's still 2-1. All right, they're not in a position of power. Again, I don't mean to be rude, but we're throwing into a women's lib movement, which I want equal rights for women, but it's just one of those things is, if you're not experienced and a guy's experienced, put the more experienced ref in.
Yeah, and that's what's happening.
If this woman's more experienced than this ref, and this guy's up to, I don't know, for argument's sakes, reffing the final for an FA Cup between Aston Villa and Man U.
Okay.
And she's more experienced than this dimwit. Put her in. I don't care what she has between her legs. If she has more experience, put her in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But
no, it's true. And if you have two equally experienced, obviously go with the one that's the same gender.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's
It's all common sense in the end, but that's...
Yeah, but again, we're going to go on to, I'm sure maybe someone might chirp at me. I haven't had chirps yet lately. I'm very disappointed.
pretty hard to chirp someone online.
Yeah, but still, I miss that little hate mail, that little try to get me going so I can lash back out at you. If anyone's going to send me a hate comment or email, give me a username so I can lash out at you on the next podcast. It'll be my form of a shout out.
We're still coming up to the hate. I mean, NASL Ottawa's name. That's going to be...
Oh, this is going to be great when we hit that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're still continuing on friendlies. Canada drew France 1-1.
Yeah, that must have been good.
The funny thing is, I heard about it because my team I cheer for in France is Nice. But the Nice team was advertising, because that's where the game was in Nice.
Okay, cool.
So in southern France. So get your tan in, enjoy the south of France, maybe go see Italy, pick up some men for the women. That makes sense.
Yep.
You can make some money off them. But they drew France 1-1. But I saw the game. I saw the highlights of the game against France for the bronze medal game. And honestly, Canada was lucky.
Oh, we were really lucky.
So to get a draw against France again, it has to say something.
It's a friendly, though, so take that.
Yeah, you know. Of course, Canada's next friendly is against the States, which majority of us are going to, which is going to be
huge.
Interesting. As Jeff from Dark Hole Podcast convinced me that we should ditch the pre-game party a bit earlier.
I don't mind that at all.
And just show and be near the front. Tell you honest truth, sure, no problem.
Of course.
I don't mind ditching the pre-game party earlier if it's for a good reason.
We're going for the game, right?
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah.
Just get in right when doors open.
Yeah.
And I think doors open half an hour before.
Yeah, so we'll show up there, go sit down, mark our spots.
Right behind the U.S. goalie.
Yeah, and make sure the BBSC flags show waving around.
Right behind the net.
Yeah, just pissing them off.
Yeah. It's a Canada game. We could do that too with the BBSC flag.
Yeah, no, they all loved it. When I went down with it, they all loved it. They thought it was great. They thought it was amazing that Ottawa had fans like this.
Yeah.
They had a real flag, not someone that hands you or stitched that.
Exactly. And that's our mission as Bytown boys.
Hey, we're just looking to grow the sport. That's all we're really looking for. If it means we annoy a couple people, piss off.
It's Ottawa. You can't throw a rock without annoying someone.
Oh, we might as well have fun doing it.
Yeah.
I do. Alrighty, so on the men's side, Canada's playing Costa Rica.
Yeah, I love this friendly.
In Edmonton,
Yeah.
but May 28th. So once the more details come out, time-wise, we'll see if we can organize something to go to Gracie's.
Yep.
I think I can, but I don't think
sure
I'm going to stay there the whole game, unfortunately, because I got to be at work. It's in the morning, and it takes a while.
Oh, it's in the morning? It's at 4 p.m. or so, I think.
Out west?
Oh, okay. Morning.
Yeah, we'll figure out the time.
We will.
Because it's in Edmonton, so it's probably a 7 o'clock start to a 10 o'clock for us.
Okay. Well, no, I love this sort of game, though. We're playing a CONCACAF opponent who's very similar to us. They are in the Hex, I'm pretty sure they're in the Hex, unlike us. It's in Edmonton and not Toronto this time. Out west, they could use more men's games. They haven't had them in a while.
Especially in Alberta, as we're speaking.
Yes, and the only issue is they're going to play it in Commonwealth, I think, so 60,000 seat stadium. It's not going to fill up, but Edmonton deserves a game, and one thing I've always complained about is friendlies at home versus opponents who are very similar to us.
Yeah.
Just to grow the fan base, to get our players used to playing opponents that we're going to play a lot, mostly CONCACAF opponents.
Yeah.
That's something the CSA hasn't done much,
We don't need to play the Englands, the Italies, the France, the Germans, the Russians. We need to play our own skill level.
Yeah. So Costa Rica at home is perfect. Honduras as well. Get those sorts of countries. That's all we want.
All right. I know I wrote this down a certain way, but we're going to change it up. So NASL news and expansion ideas. So news-wise, San Antonio finished their stadium. I think it's about a 10 to 15.
Perfect for NASL.
But it's dedicated.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's just dedicated. I've seen the videos of it, and I'm just looking like, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You did an amazing job. I don't care that your logo looks so North American. You built a dedicated stadium.
San Antonio, what's their logo like again?
Scorpion. So it's a scorpion with the ball.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to get into that. NASL's logos are really odd as soon as we get into that topic.
Oh, yeah. Virginia's getting their approval for their stadium in London. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's
I don't know either. It's just
Loudon.
Yeah.
I call it Loudon.
Was Virginia the one that came out with a proposal to play in the baseball stadium? A while back on our Facebook group, I think Anton posted one of the NASL clubs wanted to play in a baseball stadium, which I thought was a terrible idea.
Oh, you got Portland, and look what they've done with the field there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, mind you, it all depends on your management. I'm trying to think of who it is. But Tampa Bay does play in the baseball stadium.
You don't want to play there, though. Nothing is more amateur. Sporting KC, when they were the Wizards in MLS, played in that really shitty baseball stadium. Every time
the mound was right near a corner.
Yeah, just watching TFC play there, it's so amateur. You honestly ask yourself, why am I following this league?
Yeah, but Indiana's coming up with their own that they're trying to push. Same thing with New York, they're really pushing their own.
Yeah.
For the Cosmos.
It's too bad New York isn't playing right now.
Yeah,
Cosmos.
Yeah, I would love to see them start in the NASL.
Yeah.
But, oh well, that's that. There's talks of expansion again in the NASL. Like, yeah, we talk about here.
For 2015. They were saying California. Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying California. The options are San Diego, San Francisco, LA. You know what? Screw LA. They got a USL. They got 2 MLSs.
Yeah, screw LA.
Yeah, you know what? If their city if you can't sell out those 3 teams,
including the Galaxy of all teams.
If you can't sell those 3 out, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
That is a market that's already saturated. Until there's people trying to kill each other for game day tickets.
Yeah.
Then you can talk about bringing a team. But I was speaking to a guy from Indy. He'd rather San Diego for a little rivalry and Open Cup between San Jose.
Nice. Good idea.
So.
No, usually with expansion for NASL, what you want is just a city that doesn't have any other teams, no MLS, no USL Pro, or any other, just a team with a dedicated fan base.
Yeah.
Who will actually love and support their NASL team, and preferably no teams in any other sports as well, because you want this team to be that city's team.
Like,
Florida's actually a decent place. MLS is going after Florida for
again.
Yeah.
Even though they failed the first time.
Orlando City wants to move up to MLS. Apparently, they're serious about it. But if not MLS, go Orlando City for NASL.
Yeah, you can have your derby matches more often, eh? But just don't be douchebags. All right, now Mustafa's brought it up. If anyone's watched it, I'll post it up online later. Orlando and Tampa Bay always have this preseason derby match. So Orlando fans come into the stadium, they stand in the stairwell, whatever you want to call it, chanting away, blah, blah, blah. Somebody's recording it. All of a sudden, on the camera, you see some form of water hit it. In the background, you hear a shattering. And again, you hear a shattering. These guys are throwing bottles.
Wow.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, I understand the idea of the supporters being rowdy, being this, being that. But I catch any one of us Bytown boys throwing beer bottles at opposing fans, I will beat 7 Sage the shit out of you. I don't care if you play
Yeah, opposing fans, definitely.
I don't see the point in it. Yeah, they're fans, they support their team. That's it. You don't like it, sing it, yell at them.
Yeah.
But don't actually try to kill them or injure them. That's just stupidity, that's just asking for trouble, and I do not want to.
Well, in Toronto it happens a lot, and it always leads to trouble.
Yeah.
Like the reason streamers are not allowed at BMO anymore is because Freddie Lundberg, the Seattle player, got a beer bottle thrown at him.
Yeah.
And he's not a man, I guess. He had to complain, and next thing that
it's
happens.
one, why are you selling beer bottles at BMO Field? That's
Actually, I think that's why they don't sell them in bottles anymore.
yeah, that's another reason. Like, did you not see this one coming? A bunch of drunks.
No, I bought a Coke at BMO and the guy took my cap. Like, why? It's 'cause-
They do that all. They do that at everything. They do it at hockey games. They take your caps.
Yeah.
But I guess it's because you might have elastic band. You just go
Yeah.
old school, high school slingshot. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yep.
But just watching, I was just, as a supporter, I felt insulted. I loved the Orlando fan because Tampa Bay plays in the baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the hand of the yapping, he had a baseball glove doing it. I thought that was great. I thought that was great. And then the Orlando fans. But I loved one chant. It was a yellow repeat. I believe that Tampa shit. I believe that Tampa shit. I believe that Tampa shit. I thought it was great. But still, I saw the guy with the baseball glove. That was the best one.
Yeah.
But of course, it's just something I want to bring up is we are a supporters group. We are representing the club in a way, and we are representing the city.
We are.
You have to remember that. Yeah, you might be thinking you're cool, this and that.
You're not, though.
You're not. Like, the days of hiding behind a scarf and a pair of sunglasses are over.
Yeah. I guess every group will have their idiots inside them.
Yeah.
No, but it's great that officially we don't have we're very low tolerance on flares, which in Ottawa you sort of have to be if you want to be a supporters club.
Or else you want to get arrested.
Yeah.
One or the other. You're not going to get away with it.
Yeah. So this stuff it's big for us to just make clear.
Yeah, we're not trying to push.
Like, have your fun, definitely.
Yeah.
No one is dumber
Come
than
with
us.
chance. If you piss off the other players or you piss off the ref and we think
Then
it's
well done.
hilarious,
There you go.
we'll join you.
Yeah.
If we think it's creative, we'll join you.
Yeah.
But don't come out thinking that throwing a beer bottle at a ref or at a goalie is a smart thing to do, because as soon as you do that, the rest of the group will draw away from you. And if you're
if you do that, we have to draw away from you because we're going to be we're going to be shut down more or less if we're still associated with you.
Yeah, and when I'm just saying it more or less, we will make this official. And I know people say the Voyageurs Forum was bashing us on our no flare policy. I said before, I've looked into it. It is illegal. If a flare hits that pitch, guess what happens? It's on fire instantly.
Yeah.
I asked everyone who wants to light a flare to go put their hand over burning magnesium, then come and talk to me. Because that's what a flare is.
Yep.
So, anyways,
so how far off topic have we gone?
I don't know, extremely far off, but still within the time range, which is very scary. Now, here comes the fun stuff.
Yep, logos.
Logos. All right, let's go with the nice, simple one. Virginia picked their logo.
Yeah, Virginia's logo is not the best, but I can live with it.
I'm still trying to figure out the VAC.
Cavalry.
Yeah, I think it's just the way they place it.
I didn't know that either. Matt Hawkins mentioned Cav and that on our Facebook group, and that's where I got that from.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it's very Ranger style, which I kind of think it's cool.
Yeah.
But the horse thing, Cavalry.
Yep, they have the old scarf.
Yeah.
And the way TFC does, I like that as well with the city name inside it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice and simple. Now, here comes to the part that some of us want to just shoot OSEG in the face.
Yeah, more or less this week has been big for us for this one.
No one's ever heard me just go frustration yell on the podcast. That's my nice one.
No, we've heard a lot of rants, but not really that yet.
Yeah, you never heard a frustration yell without a rant. You just heard a rant. You never heard of frustration.
The rants got pretty big, but never into frustration.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those things of you were given a blank slate to just build your brand name. To just start from scratch and people would follow you. The Fury name. All right, we bought into what you're going to say. My argument was you're going to go with a North American name.
That was exactly what I was thinking too.
You stick with what you have, which they did. Okay,
yeah.
I swallowed that. I accepted that. Now they come out with these 3 logos. The first logo looks like DC United. And people think I'm a liar. Look it up. It is.
It does. It does look a lot like DC.
The second one looks such a bland shield.
Yeah, that's the problem with the second one. Just so bland.
The third one looks like it's...
The third one we shouldn't even talk about.
Yeah, it looks like it's for high school.
Yeah.
But have you watched the video?
No, I haven't bothered.
Oh, the fire represents this and this.
What does the fire represent? I was going to ask that.
Something about attacking, ferocious, free-flowing.
That's stupid.
And you're just going, is this the actual marketers, or did the marketing company actually say, what do you want your logos to incorporate?
Well, I did read that John Pugh said that's how he wants the team to play. So he that's why he likes fire in it. And I suspect he's dictating a lot of this stuff behind the scenes.
Personally, I disagree with you because it's OSEG, so it's a
name the team thing, though, I think John Pugh wanted to stick with Fury.
Yeah, we all know this. Like, just the logo thing. We knew, like, after the naming thing, personally, I'm like, I said they had a huge hill to climb.
Yeah.
Because naming things just showed a lack of class.
Yeah.
They didn't come up with, they didn't even give us false numbers. Well, here are the top 3 names. Ottawa, I don't know, dog fuckers with 5,000 votes.
Yeah.
Ottawa backbenchers with 6,000 votes, and Ottawa Fury with 8,000 votes.
It is sketchy, it was.
Yeah, there was nothing like that to me. But when you ask your fans to think they're in a democratic process, when it's really
democracy.
not.
Yeah. Well, they never actually said that whatever name with the most votes actually wins. All they said is it's a contest.
Yeah.
They never told us. They never tell us what they do with those submissions.
Yeah. Like at the first, I thought it was just crap. Like,
it was crap.
But then when they were asking for your comments, your address, your email, if it wasn't a real competition, they wouldn't ask for that. Okay. So I had no problem putting that information. I still haven't yet to receive a call from them.
No, I wouldn't. I wasn't expecting one.
And this time, when they asked for it, I laid out what I didn't like about each logo, what they looked like.
Okay.
And Mustafa was saying apparently one of the logos I played around with was posted on the Voyager forum. Which, when I get home, I'm going to have to look at it.
Well, the big discussion was none of them actually have anything to do with the city.
No.
So we have fire on there. The closest associations between fire and Ottawa I can come up with is the Centennial Flame and the Parliament Hill Fire in 1916 or whatever.
Yeah, that's about it.
And that's about it. Like, it has no relevance to the city whatsoever. They could have put rivers instead of fire.
Yeah.
But what I was going to talk about is just the difference between how TFC came in and how Fury come in. TFC come in, announced the name Toronto FC. Everyone was generally happy. They did a good job. It was a good choice. What the logo looks like, it was decent, right? I mean, and that's the thing. The Fury sort of have blown their clean slate, like you were talking about. So they come in with completely clean slate. They can sort of make fans either feel good heading into their club or, sort of lose faith. And a lot of us are losing faith based on what the name we could live with, because okay, if you're going to go with a nickname, go with your own. That's fine.
Well, my dad will run you over with the bus regarding a North American name, not a nickname. There's no real name.
The North American name. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Like, mixed feelings, but okay, we'll live with that. These logos, though, are completely unoriginal. They look like they've. You had a comment. Look, grade 9, some grade 9 class could have come up with a.
Yeah.
Tell a 6-year-old kid to draw something that's relevant to Ottawa. They'll, draw you a canal or something.
Yeah.
So.
It's one of those things like just going, oh my god, and who paid money for this? Like, who paid for this?
Yeah.
I think you should demand your money back.
Yeah.
None of us really liked it. It was just...
The newer NASL clubs do have that problem, too, with it being too generic. Like, FC Edmonton's is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the shield with the... I don't mind the Edmonton thing on the scarf. A soccer ball and the Canadian maple leaf, which is actually tucked in behind the logo. It looks odd. It's like it's hiding behind it.
Yeah, but what one person suggested about the second one, I said, I'm voting for the second one because I don't need to be reminded what country I live in.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
And I agree. My dad pointed it out regarding the MLS. why do Canadian clubs need to have a Canadian flag on their jersey?
Yeah.
We know what country
I know.
you're from.
And the American clubs have the American flag.
Yeah.
I've never minded that stuff, though. Just a touch of where you're from. I don't care.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things of you don't need it in your logo as well.
Yeah, okay.
Like Montreal fans.
Well, I saw a comment, if we go with the Canadian flag one, 3 of our 5 pro clubs, or domestic clubs, will feel the need to tell us that they're Canadian with a maple leaf in their logo.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I actually don't mind. People are hating on the maple leaf, but I don't mind it so much. I don't mind a common theme between clubs in a country.
No, I don't mind it. It's just one of those things of, here we go, let's go, get it over with, let's have some fun.
Well, if one club is overdoing the Canadian thing, it's TFC.
Oh yeah, God no! Like the stadium itself, like
the stadium, I don't care about. It's the Canadian National Stadium. That's what it was. So okay, put the maple leaf in there.
Then you got.
But like the new kit is full of maple leaves, right? And the jokes about maple leaves falling in the fall.
And like, the leaves are only dark, so it looks like they're sweating. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, guys, we've been on about this. Like, if you've been following us on Twitter, following us on Facebook, it's just...
So which one are you going to choose?
I've already chosen the second one.
Second one?
I know it's a sham. I know they want one specifically.
Yeah, I'm sure they've already chosen theirs.
Yeah, but I just put the second one, my opinions. Like, you know what? If OSEC's going to play this game, I'm going to say something that I don't think I should say, but I will. Okay. When the naming competition happened, only members of the group know this, but if anyone who's not a normal member of the group will hear this, OSEC asked us to be there.
Yes.
To help provide atmosphere, and we agreed right off the bat.
Of course
we said,
agreed.
yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir, we'll be there.
Yeah.
The night before, 10 o'clock at night, I get an email from a rep from the Fury saying this is how it's going to go, this is the time limit. And I think, you know what, thank you, that's perfect, we can work with that.
Yeah.
But they threw in what chants we should do. Right there and then, I want to just flip on them.
Yeah.
They showed their hand there. And if they're that's the first one. That's the first volley they've thrown. If they're gonna throw another one, we're gonna have another support the fort on our hand.
Yeah. A lot of it you have to, like, the Fury aren't as, I'll bring up TFC when they started again. They did things perfectly. The kit, the logo, all red. People were generally happy. People were excited.
Nice and simple.
Yeah.
No, nothing complicated.
And there were no rookie mistakes. I think they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were dealing with. With the Fury, though, I don't think you see a lot more rookie North American mentalities. They don't know how to deal with a supporters club, so they're going to make a lot of mistakes before they sort of learn how to deal with it.
As I said, we spoke to them saying, don't do this. You want us to come to an event, we'll come to an event.
Yeah.
But if you tell us what we're going to chant, you have another thing coming. The last thing supporters groups do is you tell us what to chant. We had a meeting with them earlier in the year, and I said how when we come with a banner we want to make or a big tifo, we'll let you know what it is.
Yeah.
Just to get the feel is it too racist? Is it too sexist?
In Ottawa, you have to make sure.
Yeah, but in reality, we're already going to make sure it's covered. We're just giving them the okay, more or less, so we could store it there, so we could put it up.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things of don't do this to your group. We're here for a reason. We're not trying to fight you. If you're trying to fight us, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Because you do not want to be known as the city that lost a supporters group.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the worst thing to have on a sporting culture.
Oh, yeah,
regardless.
Definitely. And of all cities, I can see it being Ottawa.
Oh, I know. Unfortunately, I'd wish it would be somewhere like Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
So the one I'm going to go with, I'm thinking about the Maple Leaf one just because I see some character in it. The second one is just a shield with, like, Fury Fs. And they couldn't even put Ottawa inside the shield, which I hated.
No, but if you go on the Facebook page, somebody did.
Somebody did, but they don't care.
No, I know, but it's possible. It's just one of those things of just do it. But again, the good thing that comes out of it, you notice all the logos background they put it on? You know what color it was?
gray, red, and it was the fire, wasn't it?
No, that's the 3D one.
Okay. What was the color?
White.
White? Okay.
They've already thrown in what's the home kit going to be.
Perfect. There you go.
But Anton's thrown it out of what's the home kit layout going to be like. And it's been going, oh shit, here we go. Fuck. We're up Shit's Creek without a paddle, folks. Run.
Yeah.
Run for your life.
No, well, they're white right now, and I guess John Pugh has a bit of say in this stuff, so he's going to go with the white.
Yeah, go with the white, go with the black away. Just don't pick the red as a home or away color, because you're asking for trouble.
Well, TFC pretty much has the red in Canada.
Yeah.
3 of our clubs have a lot of blue, so you want to avoid that.
Yeah. Go with the black.
Go with the black, and we're going to be black. We're going to be what the logos look like, more or less.
Yeah, right.
So black.
Well, even look at Atlanta. Their hoops, red and white or black and red. Virginia, again, the logo is red and black. So you're just going, enough with these.
Yeah.
Like,
for Ottawa, it would make sense for us to go with that whole black, white, and a bit of red thing, because that's our city.
You know what? I want Indy to go with claret and blue. You know, that's it.
I don't think anyone's going to go with claret.
No, San Diego. San Diego could go with claret and blue. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
San Diego should do it. If San Diego gets
You sort of have to be Villa to be claret and blue. No one else can pull that off.
I don't know. Dartmouth United in Ireland. There's a club in Turkey. There's a club in Spain.
Okay.
So it is possible.
But those countries have a lot of clubs.
Yeah, they also have a lot of character too. This is North America, which we don't have much of.
No, everything here is just marketing crap.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of which, where were the logos designed again?
Downstream Design in Portland, Oregon.
Portland.
And I really felt bad because I was standing up for Portland.
Wow.
Like, you see Portland's fans, you see the character there, and you're going, wow, that's amazing. And you see these logos, and you're going, wow, that is crap.
Yeah, and they were crap. That's what the logos were.
Yeah, they're crap, and you're just going... It's like voting for a politician. You vote for the lesser of 2, 3 evils.
That's exactly what it was like.
I felt bad.
Just a story. The first time my brother saw them, he's like, I think they both suck. And I'm like, there's another one on there. The bottom one. Yeah. He sees the bottom one, he's like, shit.
Yeah, they all suck. I've sent people in England, they're going, Stefan, this is a joke, right? I'm like, no, they're being serious. This is a joke. No, they're being serious. Why do you support this team?
Pretty much. That's what they're setting themselves up for. Half the reason TFC was taken seriously, I'll bring this up for the 3rd time, is because they did everything so well, right? The logo, the name, and the kits, predominantly red. You know, and
first Canadian team in the MLS, so they took.
But MLS wasn't taken seriously back then in Canada. And what they said right when they announced the name is, we're going to let the fans decide the culture. That's why they went with the generic Toronto FC.
Yeah.
And the fans came up with the Reds. The fans built up the culture, and even the logo, it's made so that the fans sort of build its culture into it.
Yeah.
Whereas here we have fire already. We have whatever the fire.
Yeah, we're told what we want to cheer for.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm looking at my TFC cap. The logo is a shield that says TFC. The T is predominant.
Yeah.
F on one side, C on the other. A banner that says Toronto. And
that thing on the top, I just found out, is a soccer ball that's supposed to look like a maple leaf.
panels.
Yeah.
The panels that...
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's a cool logo.
It's nice, but it brings it out.
Yeah.
But mind you, that's MLSC. They want to make good money off of it.
Exactly.
They knew they already
but
had
they could have gone
name.
Generic and stupid too. They didn't. They knew what they were doing.
And they made good money off of it.
Yeah.
And I say it was worth their investment.
It was.
So personally, I really feel bad for Ottawa CFL now.
They haven't even announced their name.
Oh God! But it's
going to be the Red Blacks, isn't it?
Oh God! If it is, I really feel bad.
Yeah. But you look at even our Canadian MLS clubs, the Impact and Whitecaps have decent logos, I think, that rep their city well. All 3, I'd love to have a team with that sort of logo.
Yeah.
And then you look at Edmonton and Ottawa and NASL, both logos are shit. They don't represent the city at all.
My dad brought something up, and I tried to look into it. Who else are they designed for? I looked into it. I couldn't find any other teams downstream has designed for.
Well, for what it's worth, according to OSEG or the Fury, they are well known.
They're not.
They're not, no.
They're Washington State based. They're not internationally renowned. It's somebody knew somebody and they owed a favor.
Pretty much. There you go.
Like I saw one quote on the Fury site, the Fury Facebook page about, so we have, argument's sakes, 20 graphic designs companies in Ottawa, over 100 in Ontario, over 1,000 in the country, and yet we go to a firm in Portland.
Yeah.
And we wonder why our economy's in the shitter. The guy had a point.
Yeah.
The Fury responded by saying, well,
they're well known.
They're internationally renowned. No, they're not. I've been on their website. I looked at their projects. None of them leave their state.
No. No, it's just that someone knew someone and that's about it.
Yeah, don't give us... Yeah, sure, lead us through a loop all you want, but don't pretend we're idiots.
Yeah.
This is the day of the internet, and if we want to know something, we will find it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But long story short, I think the Fury are sort of screwing up their
They better produce on the field or else they're going to get MLS-style fans in Ottawa.
Oh, if they're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they better produce on the field or else. Which is good. I mean, if you want to focus anywhere, it's on the field, right?
You have to focus on the field.
So TFC focused really well off the field. They've been really successful there, but on the field, obviously, they haven't been up there. So if we're good on the field, and I'm sure John Pugh takes this seriously, at least, okay, our logo is shite. We're not going to really bear it as supporters. We'll just bear our own logo, because let's face it, whichever one they come up with.
Ours is still better.
We'll have one flag just because it's our club, but apart from that. So, but no, they like TFC sort of had a lot of confidence going in and lost it. We're going to have really low confidence going in, and they have to work for the confidence now.
Which is good. It's one of those things.
It's good and bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't know what to expect from it. As I said, we have a great shine. Our logo's shite. Our logo's shite. Our songs are better, but our logo's shite.
Yeah, there's a 10.
Yeah, right there. We already know how to get back. That's the thing is, rule one, you don't piss off your biggest fans.
Yes, yeah.
And they started, and they will feel it if they continue.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we've had our little good
We've
vent.
rambled way too long on that.
I think we had a good vent session regarding
that was really good.
Yeah, we won't go pull a Columbine anytime soon now.
No.
So Mustafa brought something up about the Gold Cup format change, and then he sent me a link from the MLS, and then when I went to read it...
Page not found.
Yeah, page not found, and I'm sure he sent it as soon as he found it.
Yes, and then I sent it again, and page not found, and I clicked it on the whole where I sent it, and page not found. So MLSsoccer.com, not only do you have a redundant website, the
You're
website
not
name,
that good.
the website name is pretty redundant, but yeah, no. In any case, the Gold Cup format is changing in that every single one counts now. There's not going to be an on year and an off year for the Gold Cup. So the winner of the 2013 Gold Cup plays the winner of the 2015 Gold Cup, with the winner of that going to the Confederations Cup.
So you'd play it at the end of 2015, or probably a couple months before the Confederations Cup, I guess?
Probably somewhere in there.
All right, that makes sense. But no, it makes the Gold Cup a bit more relative.
Yes.
But again, I still think we should just adapt what's been talked about, is just combine CONCACAF with Copa America.
Okay.
And just everyone have to qualify. Now we'll have a decent cup tournament.
Yeah. Well, what a lot of people are suggesting is that the Gold Cup should be every 4 years. You just don't have the one. You don't
every
have
2 years. You just get bored of it.
Yeah,
really.
But CONCACAF sort of has to, because their World Cup qualifying format is messed up in that you knock out a lot of strong countries really early on, 2 years before the actual World Cup.
Yeah.
So you sort of have to have a tournament in there for your middleweights to, But you could, what they should do is knock out that every second year Gold Cup and just make World Cup qualifying more inclusive, so have more teams still alive. Like, right now we should have 10 teams alive, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the reason why I like about CONCACAF one is just more or less the travel and the finances available to the countries.
Yeah.
We can't do a Europe.
No, well, not a Europe. Europe is
it's too connected.
Europe, what their
by
problem-
roads and trains.
But
That's
Europe has the opposite problem as from CONCACAF. Everyone is alive till the last minute, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about that last time, where like it's sure knocked the minnows out, but not the minnows in CONCACAF are knocked out 3 years before the World Cup, which is way too early.
All right.
But knock them out maybe 2 years before.
All right, so our hex shouldn't really exist. So what we had last year, instead of 4 teams per these 3 groups, make it 6 teams.
Sure.
So 3 hexes.
I think Asia has a perfect balance. Their hex is 10 teams. So their hex is 2 groups, 5 teams each.
So a deca?
A deca, whatever.
A qua, I think it's called.
A deca.
I forget my chemistry.
It would be called a deca, but whatever. Their version of our hex is 10 teams. They knock out their middleweights 2 years before the World Cup, which is what we do it. But the point is they have more teams remaining until the last minute. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got that. Now, Bytown Boys, odds and ends. Ryan brought this up, and Gatineau's game, their home openers on Friday, May 10th at 8:30.
8:30.
Yeah, I'll leave it to Gatineau. It's a Friday night in Hull.
8:30.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Leave it to them. I'm going to look into this, find out all the bus routes. I'll make an event on it. We're here to support the growth of football in Ottawa. I always suggest we try to make a strong support of it. But when we leave the club asking for who we are.
Sure.
And when they ask about us, we can tell them who we are.
Yeah.
And then we can get them to sign up on our cup competition.
Just blackmail.
Oh, damn.
There will be no. Yeah.
Well, let's face it. They sign up for that, think we'll show up to more games, and then also we show up against them. One thing fans hate is other fans showing them up.
Exactly. So there's a Gatineau Supporters Club right there.
Exactly. That's how the Ultras were formed.
Yeah.
Well, whenever anyone hears me say Ultras, I mean Montreal. I don't mean any other supporters group. I mean Montreal.
Yeah.
And I still hate that name.
For Montreal, I guess they make it work. Although I'd like them to go with another name.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I don't know. The Revolution? I don't know.
Whatever, anything that's at least...
The Marie Antoinettes. Let's make it interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's... As again, you never know. There might be people there at those games who are looking forward to NASL, looking for a supporters club, but they don't want to go on Facebook. They're not
on Facebook.
They're not tech savvy. They don't pay attention to Twitter.
Yeah.
They don't go Googling it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I say we do support what games we can out there, but I'm not going to say let's throw away PDL or...
No, because those are our clubs.
Yeah.
Like it or not,
League and...
despite bad logos and an awkward name, it's our club.
Yeah, an awkward ownership and awkward this. But I have to say, I was looking at the second and third games I have to miss for the PDL season.
Whatever, we'll miss them.
Yeah, well, the Canada game.
Yeah.
Well, which means most of the flags and the drums won't be there. Because Anton and I will bring them down with us ahead of time.
Yeah.
So it'll be a quiet game, unfortunately. But
yeah, the 2 Fury games, if anyone's listening, definitely go and sit in our section because it's a Friday night and a Saturday night.
Yeah.
So I'll be there for the Friday night, just doing my old whatever until my voice goes away.
Yeah.
But no, show up. Jonathan should be there for both. We'll have members there, but definitely those are...
The 2 annoying ones won't be. So show up and enjoy yourselves while we're not there.
Yeah.
Hey folks, I don't need you to throw me on the bus. I'll do it myself.
No.
The number 9's coming right by. I'll just go.
It'll be 10 minutes late, but it'll throw you under it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so an idea that was propped up. I know I'm going overboard, but well, Anton's not here to tell us bad boy.
Yeah, so let's go overboard.
I came up with an idea for RSU. If no one knows who RSU is, it's the Red Scarf Union, the supporters of the Senators. And the idea was to have a small chant-off, like maybe 5-6 people aside, at the RSU main pub on Bank Street, St. James. They have a great big patio, so we could go out there.
Yep.
And we have X amount of chants we have to chant, maybe a listing. But each team has to raise X amount of dollars for a charity of their choice. So let's say Bytown boys, we go with street soccer. We have to race 200, and I don't know. I don't know a right-to-play version of hockey for...
Yeah.
Let's say...
Oh, I'm sure it exists in Canada.
A right-to-play hockey version.
Yeah.
And that's what RSU is willing to donate to. We do our chants, this and that, blah, blah, blah. RSU versus Bytown boys. The crowd there votes on it. The winning side...
And let's face it, the crowd will be hockey fans anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I want to go there. Like, let's face it. 6 of us will beat 6 RSU fans.
Yeah.
Hands down,
yeah.
Any day. I'm sorry. Everyone knows I'm pessimistic. I'm not that... I'm not very... Oh, we'll do fine, we'll do great, blah, blah. I see every fault left, right, and center, and I believe we can do this.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't make bets I know I can't win. I'm willing to bet we'll win this bugger. It's just, let's face it. We know what chanting is. We know how to adapt to a situation.
Yeah.
I know if we do this event, Matt Haddad has said before he's more of a hockey fan than he's a soccer fan. So we know Matt's going to be with the RSU,
all right.
Which is great. Because if Matt is there, it's going to make it more interesting.
For them.
Well, for us even. Because if they have to come up with a chant or some...
Yeah, Matt will come up with their chants.
Yeah, exactly. But it's going to make it tougher for us. But we know how Matt thinks and vice versa. It's going to be a great competition. In the end, both of us have our time in the sun chanting away, having a few drinks.
Yeah.
I won't be in the sun, I'll be in the dark at night. And a charity wins.
Yeah.
It's not money for both groups. It's a money for a charity. The group that wins, all the money goes to the charity that group wants. So for us, if we want to be street soccer, if it was RSU, be whatever they supported.
Yeah.
So that's an idea going around. So if people are listening, are RSU fans, are more RSU than Bytown, honestly, prove me wrong. Let's go. Show up, contact us, tell me I'm an idiot, put your money where your mouth is, and let's set this out.
Yeah. And that's the big thing. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah. Again, every first Sunday of the month, we have a supporters meeting at the Georgetown Pub on Bank Street.
Yeah, new feature for us.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to do. Everyone to meet every so often.
More or less, yeah.
And it also helps new members meet us.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of decent new members.
Considering the NASL announcements, so that's a great, grand thing for us. So we'll continue doing that. June's going to be iffy. It might be the second Sunday of that month since majority of us are in Toronto.
Yeah. Depends on how many are in Toronto. We could still have it. One thing we have is Jonathan.
But the core group is in Toronto.
Yeah.
He's on a wedding that day. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's the core group's not there.
All right, so second Sunday in June.
Again, we'll discuss that the next meeting.
Yeah.
Speaking of the next meeting, so Sunday when this is up, so if you hear
April
it
7th.
On Monday, I'm sorry that you heard it on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm putting it up.
So last night's meeting.
Yeah. We'll put it up there. New members always welcome. I'll bring my iPod, I'll record it, and I'll write notes, and I'll post it online saying this is what we discussed. If you don't follow us on Facebook and only got the info from Twitter, just give me your email. I'll send you the email with it all.
Yeah. We should do that. Just make an email list.
I have already started. So.
Okay.
Of course, there's the Canada game. I have an email list being comprised of people who are driving down, who have a car, who want to drive down. If you're interested in it, you better let us know. But honestly, you're going to be lucky to get tickets now.
You will be.
Because right now, all the tickets that are left available that are not sold are 112 to 114, and that's Red Patch Boys, U Sector.
Wow, those are still not sold? I would think those would
Personally,
be the first.
I don't mean to sound sexist, but it's chick footy.
Oh. Okay. No, but they're much bigger in Canada than the men are.
Yeah.
Because we'll support a winner, right? But make us support a club or a team that doesn't win so much, and you know.
Yeah. And of course, we have our nice event coming up.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, we only got about 3-4 teams still registered. But again, it's me being, come on, we need more people registered. So we're having an early registration next Saturday. So it would be the blah, 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 the 13th?
Today's Saturday the 6th, so...
Lucky 13, I believe.
Lucky 13, there you go. On episode 13 without Anton.
Yeah. Lucky 13 next Saturday, April 13th. We're going to have pre-registration for our event. So if you have it, if you think it's, you know your soccer, you think you know Ottawa, come out, bring a buddy, $20. It goes for charity. It's a great idea. Great charity in general.
Yeah. It's a good charity.
People from the charity are fun. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see them be members of the Bytown Boys. Like,
nope, not at all.
Especially Melissa. Actually, she won't sing. She'll just make sure we all have beer so we can sing.
Well, it's not like we can sing.
Yeah, honestly, if anyone thought we could sing, you really need to get your hearing checked. But
that's the first rule of being a supporter.
Yeah, if you can sing, you're not allowed in because you'll kill yourself listening to us sing. Besides that, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Twitter's at BytownBoysSC, online.
BytownBoys.webs.com.
Exactly. Besides that, I don't think
if you want to reach us, we're definitely available.
Yeah. If you see us posting on the main Facebook page, feel free to add us as a friend. If we don't like you, we'll remove you from our friend list.
Yes. No, feel free to comment as well. There's no completely inclusive.
Yeah, if you think we're being stupid, tell us we're being stupid. Tell us why, and then we'll tell you why we think you're being stupid for calling us stupid.
And there you go.
If we disagree with you, if we agree with you, we'll agree with you why we're being stupid. And you never know, we might actually tell you.
And it happens more than you think.
Yeah, we'll actually tell you why we think your assessment why we're being stupid is wrong, and why our assessment why we're being stupid is right.
Yeah.
We'll argue with you why we're idiots.
So definitely interact us with Facebook. On Facebook, it's a lot of fun.
We're trying to grow our webpage. Again, I've been looking around. A lot of groups are going on their own, but it's looking about the finances, a webmaster, finding someone who could do it for cheap or for free. It's all cost, and we're very low on funds at the moment.
Yeah.
So a lot of us have invested in the group, and we're not asking for our money back, but we're not asking to be continuous donors.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Like, if you drop $500, you're not going to expect to drop another $500 the next year. You're just asking too much. But besides that, I got nothing else running through my mind.
No, I guess that's it.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah, honestly. Too bad.
You put up with us again for an hour.
Yeah, Anton might actually enjoy yourself. By the way, just because Anton enjoyed this lot, speaking of which, still nothing on Cascada Cup, eh?
No, nothing.
Yeah, so again, as Anton would like to say, hi, how are you? Goodbye. Thanks for listening. How are you? Enjoy your night.